right, so we really have a total of just 5 different parts kind of strewn together and mixed up a little bit, okay? Now, if you look at the guide that I have on my Patreon page, I do have them all listed in order with the chords, lyrics, the whole thing. And so that will help to know how the arrangement is going. If you don't use that, you can always just use your ear as well. It's fine too. So here we go. Let's start with the intro. I'm going to go and play it, and then I'm going to show you how to do it. So here it is. Okay, so what I did there is I got an A. By the way, the 3 chords, I should have probably started with that, is A, which you can do always like this. I don't care how you do your A's. I'm going to do mine like this. All right, and then you got G's and D's. That's it. There's 3 chords. A, G, D. So the intro is going to be 3.5 measures. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4. 3.5 measures of A. You're excited. Math, yay. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and... I know that feels weird, but that's what it is. And then the G goes 3, the D is on a 4, 4. So officially 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4. That's your intro. Boom! 1 of 5 parts done in the can. Practice that though. Make sure you're counting 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and that's 8th note counting. Get it down. Okay, the verse is going to be probably the easiest part of the whole song. You get rid of the G, you just stick with A's and D's. Here it is. Here's your verse. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 8 and 2 and 3 and 4 and A and 2 and 3 and 4 and A and 2 and 3 and 4 D and 2 and 3 and 4 and A and 2 and 3 and 4. Now I'm doing some palm muting. You can open that up. I'm just kind of getting a little bit more, you can always just keep it simple. Now I am doing all downstrum, so it's always 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And if you haven't noticed, that's most of what's happening in the song. So this A is going to be 2 measures, then D once, A once, and that whole thing will just double. So the verse is just that twice. So it's going to go A and 2 and 3 and 4 and A and 2 and 3 and 4 and D and 2 and 3 and 4, A and 2 and 3 and 4 and A and 2 and 3 and 4, A and 2 and 3 and 4, D and 2 and 3 and 4 and A and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay, that's your verse. Done, son. Okay, so the verse is done. Now let's go ahead and move on to the chorus. The chorus is going to be, again, same rhythm, same chorus, just a little bit of a different arrangement. So it's essentially what we just did. The chorus is essentially the verse. And the chorus is, of course, where he's saying get back when he's singing that lyric. That's the chorus. So we've got A twice, and then 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, D and 2 and 3 and 4 and A and 2 and G, D. Right? So that's where it gets a little bit weird. I'll play the whole chorus real quick. Okay, so it's A twice, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, D and 2 and 3 and 4 and A and 2 and G, D. That's right, so A twice, D once, and then A for a half. 1 and 2 and G, D, or officially the count is 1 and 2 and 3, 4. And then we're back for A and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and then to D and 2 and 3 and 4 and A and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Now occasionally you'll hear him in some of the choruses, not the first one, but I think in the remaining choruses, he does this little stop on the A. So that final A, instead of just being on a simple 1, he'll typically jump the beat and he'll just let it rest. He won't play the whole measure. He'll go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Right? So listen for that. That will come into play for some of those choruses. All right, and so and that is essentially the final chorus for sure. That much I can tell you. So it's kind of this outro chorus part. That right there is the fifth part that I was referring to, by the way. It's essentially the same part. It's just a little nuance right there. Coming in on the and is the big key for the ending. That last chorus. Okay, so that's 4 of the 5 parts. Yay, that means we got one more. For the solos, whether it's guitar or the little keys solo, which I love, it's actually not that bad. It's essentially what we just did for the chorus, but it's going to have that little G-D kick at the end of both rounds. So here's the solo chords, right? 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 2 and 3 and 4 and 8 and 2 and 3 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 8 and 2 and 3 and 4 D and 2 and 3 and 4 and A and 2 and G D. Right? So you notice I just repeated. So it's just A twice, D once, A for a half, and then G and D, right? So I'll do it slow though, work through the whole thing. If you're playing the solos, you're going to need this as your backup. Here it is. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and D and 2 and 3 and 4 and A and 2 and G, D, A and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and back to A and 2 and G, D. So yes, it's the same thing twice. That is what's happening underneath those solos.